Hello.
Hello.
No,
Hello.
Sorry.
Well, go ahead.
I didn't really have anything, so if you have something.
Hello, listeners, and welcome to a special continuation of our last FPS called Flip the Script. This one is called Broken Heart Syndrome. Why don't we just get right back into it?
Yes. Fair warning, this could get angsty, and it is directly dealing with the aftermath of Eat Your Heart Out, so if you haven't seen the previous FPS and Eat Your Heart Out, please go watch those first.
Or if you don't care about spoilers, you can stay.
Also valid, yes.
Okay, so
I guess we're picking up where we left off, huh?
And Sammy has asked Chifley if he could talk to Gille alone.
And Chifley has agreed to do so, much as it's paining him to leave Sammy like this. He reaches up to pat Sammy's cheek and rub it with his thumb ever so slightly. And before he goes to the door, he looks up into Sammy's face and says, "I'll pop home and get you some clothes, okay?"
Okay, He leans over and presses a kiss to Chifley's forehead and is just like, Thank you, Chif. It'll be okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you worry. But I'll see you soon, okay?
I'll see you too. And then he looks over to Gille and walks over, and his shading is still lilac, Gille, as he looks at you.
Gille's jacket, which he is still wearing, is slate gray.
Chifley looks at the two of them, and then he makes for the door. And he gives both of them a very long look before he leaves. "I'll be back." And then he goes.
You should sit down.
Okay, okay.
Gille looks to the bed. His bed. Because they're in his room. The bed sheet is over there somewhere.
I'm gonna just roll intelligence to see if... Okay, that's 10 plus... That's a 10 and 6. He hasn't quite pieced together that he's in Gille's room yet. He's just kind of tiredly looking at you, Gille.
Did he sit down on the bed?
Yeah, he sat on
the only place to sit.
Yeah, like he sat
here.
down on the bed. Is Gille gonna follow?
Yeah, after a bit, because Gille's very tired.
These two are both very tired.
He's going to actually walk over to Sammy and go, "Oh, right, yep." Now he's going to kneel on the ground in front of Sammy.
Sammy's eyes go wide because he was expecting Gille to sit next to him. Gille, what are you doing?
Can I hold your hand?
Of course. Yeah, you can hold my hand. And he holds out his hand to Gille.
Gille very, very carefully takes both of Sammy's hands in his and bows his head forward so that the hair, his long hair, just kind of cascades over him. I'm So sorry. Can you ever find it in your heart to forgive me for what I have done?
I need to know, Gil. Did you mean it, what you said? That I was like them? You know about Sinclair.
I wasn't thinking straight. I was tired. I was angry. I've been angry for a very long while. And I'm an idiot. Which is why I'm apologizing.
But
because this is my fault.
Hey, you hurt me so much, Gil. But I can't. I was never angry with you. I was never angry with you.
It's weird. Should have been.
Persmatone says that I don't hate people the way most people should.
Throughout this whole week, I've been thinking, like I always do. Because I don't think in the moment. I'm a dumbass.
Sammy reaches up and brushes the curtain of hair away from Gil's face and cups Gil's cheek in his, and he just quietly says, "But you're my dumbass."
Gille is just gonna look up at Sammy and just blank, 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 blank. Let's see what that insight is. Wow, 3 plus, 3 minus 2.
Sammy just kind of rubs his cheek, Gil's cheek, with his thumb, and is just like, you you filled my chest with glass, Gil.
Why would you ever want anything to do with me after I did that?
Because I guess I'm a dumbass too. Because I don't want to lose you, Gil. I don't want this to break what fledgling stuff we have, especially if you don't
want you to go away like Jay did. I'm sorry.
I forgive you. Just you need to talk to me, Gil. If you don't want me to stop you, you have to tell me. I didn't know that you didn't want me to chase you. I knew something was off because you didn't send me a note or anything, but she called me. I have a phone now. I don't know.
You have a phone now.
Yeah. Let me. Let me. Yeah. Okay. That was an 8 and a 7. He digs into his nightshirt, his nightgown sleeve, and pulls out a rotary phone handle with the wire still going through his sleeve, and he's just like, see?
I have one of those. Wait.
It just showed up. It just showed up.
Gille's going to slowly look towards the fourth wall and glare. You know what you did. I'm sorry, Sammy. That was the first time I've ever done something like that. I don't know.
Well,
Didn't.
I'm sorry too. You told me you were busy. Chifley and I stayed up really late, so I didn't connect the dots until we were already there, and I just wanted to make sure you were okay, and whoever you were helping was okay, and they did that to a tune. They did that to a tune, Gille.
They got someone else to do it.
Sammy just kind of leans forward and rests his forehead against Gille's shoulder. He's holding on to you, Gille.
Here, let me get up on the bed so you don't have to completely lean the hell over.
Okay. Here, let me help you up. And Sammy's gonna roll strength. And he doesn't really help you so much as just hold you as you start to stand up. He doesn't really help that much with the 6.
Man, these two tunes are both exhausted.
Yep.
These points of exhaustion are hell.
Yep.
Gille is going to basically crawl up the side of his bed and then slowly turn in Sammy's grip to sit down.
Mm-hmm.
There.
Sammy just kind of leans over and rests his head against Gille's shoulder. He also kind of just reaches down and threads his fingers in Gille's hand, and he's just, we're supposed to be better than people like that. We don't hurt people like that. We're not supposed to. But they did. They didn't view him like a person.
That's because the person that sold him to them told them that he was a prop.
Just gonna... you don't even need to roll like perception or insight. Sammy's shading has shifted from purple to a red, and his hand is trembling in your grip, Gille.
Well, look at that.
Just... Is he okay?
Sorry. Yes.
Okay.
I helped Bon sew him up a little bit, and we gave him his heart back.
Good.
It's back where it belongs,
That's
instead
good.
of being out.
And he got away. He's out. They don't have him anymore.
They don't. I'm not going to let them. Besides, they don't have the paperwork anymore.
Good. I wish
I haven't.
I wish that theater had burned. And you know my history with fire. I wouldn't normally wish a place burning down on anyone, but I wish that place had burned to the ground, Gille.
Gil very slowly wraps his unoccupied hand around Sammy. Well, for no lack of trying. Sandy is pretty good at setting a blaze.
Is she okay? Wait, Sandy was there?
Yeah, if I knew it would have been that bad, I would have brought Ross instead.
Gille, Sandy was there.
Iolite.
Oh. Sammy just kind of buries his face in Gille's shoulder, and he's just like, is she okay? Like, she shouldn't have seen that. I never wanted her to know something that horrible.
Like I said, I wouldn't have brought her if I knew it was going to be that bad.
I know. God's Gille, I'm so sorry.
Why are you sorry?
Because
This isn't your fault.
Because Bonlock shouldn't have gone through that like I did. Sandy shouldn't have seen that, and you I'd never seen you like that, Gille.
I've never ever been that angry in my life before. My hair became fire.
It was like you were raging. I
was.
Oh, Gille. He reaches out with his other hand and just gently cups your cheek. You have to be very careful with where you point your anger. I'm not saying that
Obviously.
because you hurt me, but I don't. You have to be careful, otherwise you're gonna regret it. Make sure that the person you're furious at is the type of person that deserves to be burned.
Still really new to this anti-hero thing.
Yeah, I know. And he just rubs a little circle on your cheek with his thumb and then tucks some of the red hair behind your pointed ear. Anger like that is hard to manage. I broke Miss Nana's wrist when I was little because I was so angry. I didn't want them to hurt me again. But I broke her wrist because she was just trying to hold me. My parents didn't like it that I'd hurt the woman that was supposed to take care of me while they were away. And Miss Nana told me later that you have to direct that anger instead to something you want to protect. You can't just wield it like it's a weapon that you have no training in. You have to hone it. You can't just lash out because you're gonna hurt someone that didn't deserve it. But I think you can do it. And he just kind of rests his head more firmly on your shoulder. He's very snuggled into your side now, Gil.
It's gonna look over Sammy, go, I don't know what else to say.
That's okay. It's... You apologize, and you know I'm not like Sinclair, right? I wouldn't...
Not.
I'd tear my own throat out before I was like them.
Don't tear your throat out.
I won't.
You'd sound as bad as me when I sing.
Well, you don't have to be good at singing to be someone that I like. So, Sammy, his shading shifts to an orange after he says someone that I like, and he kind of lifts his head up from your shoulder, Gil, and he leans in closer and presses a kiss against your cheek.
Gil's just gonna wide-eye, blink, blink, blink.
I still like you, you know.
That's what makes this so confusing. That's what Shifley said.
And Sammy starts giggling. You do know we don't have to choose over each other, right?
Why would we have to?
And Sammy just kind of melts because he'd had a conversation with Chifley off screen about choosing people, and he was worried that Gille didn't know that you could have more than 2 people in a relationship.
Gille didn't know that was even a rule. That there was a restriction.
Sammy,
I'm
worried
confused.
for nothing.
What?
Sammy just starts giggling into Gille's shoulder, and he's just like, it's okay.
He's just sitting there, his eyebrows wrinkled, like it's the biggest mystified expression on his face. Like, what?
Don't move. Don't move. And Gille, Sammy has reached over and presses another kiss to your other cheek, because his shading has started to brighten up into like this gold airbrushed with rose as he looks at this confused look on Gille's face.
What? What? No, you have to explain. Don't just laugh. Don't just laugh at me.
I'm sorry. I was worried for nothing. Some people think that you can only date 2 people, only like each other. No, like, and you can't have more people than once.
Why? It seems stupid.
I don't know. But some people do. And I was worried because I had to explain to Chifley that he didn't need to be worried. We didn't have to choose.
Well, all of the romantic novels that I used to read back when I was trapped in an attic, Hill had the nemesis, the villain, and the damsel.
Oh, Gille, I don't think either of us grew up with that.
Gille just blink. Wow, that's a sad childhood.
My parents didn't really, they were really restrictive. And he kind of leans away from you for a moment to rub at his wrist again. And
meaning Sammy's going to try to take back one of his hands?
yes.
To try to do that?
Yes.
Make strength.
Oh boy. Okay, that was... Then I have to roll again.
And I'm gonna roll strength myself to see how well this goes. See, unfortunately, it's a 3 plus 2, 5 plus 2. I've got a 7.
I got an
Well.
8, so Sammy rubs his wrist for a moment.
My parents tried that with me. They couldn't keep me in a box. Oh, I'm tired.
I'm tired too, but there's a few things I'd like to talk to you about, Gille. It's not anything bad or anything like that. Just when I'm chasing you, I don't. And he re-threads his hands into Gille's, and he's looking at you, Gille, with a serious expression on his face and just, I don't want to lock you up into a cage. I don't want you to be gone after we chase. And if I win, I don't want the police involved with this, Gil. I don't want you to be locked up. I know you could probably just escape, but what if you couldn't?
Escaped at least 4 times. Yeah.
But what if you couldn't? I don't want to take that risk. I don't like using the people that chased me out of places when I was on the streets. They haven't really done anything for me. Why should I feed into the system like that? I don't want to put you under their thumb and have you be in a cage. I can't. I can't put you in a cage, Gil. Don't make me put you in a cage.
Wow, lovely.
Did he get a nat 1 again?
No, he got a 3. An unnatural one. You don't have to involve police if you don't want to.
Good. I once was enough with the museum, honestly.
That Eddie guy seemed like a pushover.
He kind of was a little meek for an officer, which was kind of nice to see, but at the same time, I just didn't like it. Because I was faced with the potential you could have been locked away, and I don't want that for you. You're better free.
Wow, this is really confusing.
Why are you confused, Gil?
Because Jay spent 5 years chasing after me, and again, I went to jail at least 4 times. I'm confused. Why?
Because I'm not Jay, Gil. You've done more to change yourself than any bars or corporal punishments could do. You changed so drastically since I met you. And honestly, it's one of the reasons why even though you hurt me so bad, I couldn't stop falling. You've changed so much already, Gil. Where are you going to end up now? I want to see where you land when you've finally figured more things out.
I don't know.
I don't think any of us do. But I want to see it with you. I want to see the kind of person you become in the future. And
Okay.
and that doesn't mean I don't want to stop chasing you. Because chasing you is fun.
Oh, the chase is fun.
Mm-hmm. Dating you is also fun. And he leans in and presses another kiss to your cheek.
Gil is going to turn to Sammy and take his unthreaded hand and gently push back some of Sammy's wild rainbow hair.
Sammy leans into the touch.
And Gil gently cups Sammy's cheek and looks him straight in the eyes. And then Gil kisses him on the lips.
Sammy's eyes go wide and then flutter shut, and he kisses back. And his shading is extremely, extremely pink. It's not the bright, hot pink of embarrassment. It's this shaded cherry blossom and rose, and it just spreads all over Gil as the two of you kiss. And Sammy just kind of relaxes into your grip as he kind of just reaches up to touch the back of your head and then slowly pulls away. But he doesn't pull away fully. He just rests his forehead against yours.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna have to help me figure out how to make it up to you, because I've never done that before, and I've never done an apology before.
Don't worry.
And as Gil's talking, his jacket flips, and it's suddenly orange.
Sammy leans up and presses a kiss to Gil's forehead, and it's just like, we can go on from here. We can... I'm sorry about the heist that I missed. I couldn't get up.
Don't worry about it. Actually, I met this really cool, real kind thief named Trickster, and he's the one who kind of gave me the idea that I should apologize.
Sammy kind of hums consideringly under his breath, and then just kind of presses another kiss to Gil's forehead. It's just, well, if I run into this trickster, I think I'm gonna have to thank him.
Yeah, you can't miss him. His red gloves are really gaudy. And he's got a white mask.
Okay, if we run into him, I'll thank him. Because it's most likely gonna be when I'm chasing you, honestly. Because...
probably.
And he giggles.
He had this really cool calling card.
Oh, he did?
Yeah!
Are you
I've
gonna
never
take
seen
notes?
anyone... Oh, yeah, definitely. I've never seen anyone put that much effort into a calling card.
Better up your game,
Yeah, I've got competition.
I don't think he'd ever beat you, though. And Sammy just kind of hooks his arms around your shoulders, Gil, and he just kind of leans and kind of just plonks his chin in between your horns. So he's like cuddling you.
Gil blinks for a moment and very slowly just wraps his arms underneath yours because he guesses this is okay.
And like, if Sammy had a tail, it would be doing the very happy, contented cat flick. But alas, he does not have a tail.
as Sammy looks down, because it's kind of hard to miss a tail moving. Gil's tail is making hearts behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Looping and looping and looping around into hearts.
And Sammy just kind of just holds Gil, and he's just like, I'm glad you're okay. When I woke up and Chifley was gone and he'd left a note, I didn't know what he was going to do to you.
He didn't hurt me, but somehow I became unconscious.
I'm gonna have to ask him what he did.
Probably. Like I said, I hurt myself.
You mentioned that. Well, you gotta stop doing that.
I was so good for most of the week. I only said it once.
Sammy's...
And that time, I said it four times.
Sammy...
Like I did in Bond's office.
Sammy's arms kind of gently, but still firmly kind of tighten around you. And he's just like... Well, I hope you keep doing good. Because I don't like seeing you hurt like this, Gil.
I don't know what to say to that.
Well...
Feels weird. I don't know.
Why is that? He's gently kind of like poking you in the stomach. Why is it weird?
I guess I was too used to people not caring about old Gil Trebble.
Sammy just kind of leans over and drops a kiss on your cheek. Well, I guess you're gonna have to get used to it, don't you?
I mean, if apparently you, Chifley, and anyone who lives in this apartment has anything to say about it, yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm. I care for you, Gil Trebble. And he kind of sings this and then presses another kiss to your cheek.
I didn't hear you the first parts.
Darn it, it's he was singing I Care For You, Gille Trebble. In a sing-song voice.
Oof.
And then he presses a kiss to Gille's cheek.
I care about two Sammy Jacks.
Sammy just kind of happily giggles at that, and then just there is a yawn that finally breaks through.
Oh, you're gonna make me yawn again.
I'm sorry. I haven't been sleeping good. I'm sorry, Gille. Keep dreaming that I'm him.
Do you want me to come back with you?
Maybe if Chifley's okay with it. I've been staying at his apartment for a bit because I just didn't want to talk to Barkson and Coda about what had happened.
Yeah. I'll call Bob, because I know, at least Bob will probably pick up, his phone. Bob has a phone in his office. Yeah, that makes sense. Why wouldn't the head of accounting in Dodo Studios not have a phone in his office?
I didn't know that Bob was head accountant at Dodo Studios. It feels like everybody works at Dodo Studios.
I don't work anywhere.
Neither do I. I just follow you around, and sometimes I get paid. Chifley's the one that has a job. He said
Chifley has a job now?
He works at the ECCR. He went with me to get my colors checked, which is good, because needles don't, they're bad, Gille. They hurt.
Yeah. I probably need to make an appointment.
If you wanted, I could go with you. If that made you feel better, because it made me feel better.
Later. I don't feel like going to the
No, I think we should
doctors.
Maybe we should. And he just kind of reaches up and gently pats your cheek. Maybe we should take a nap. I don't know about you, but I'm tired.
I feel like I could sleep for a week.
I need to sleep for a week. I have not been sleeping for a week because nightmares suck. Like, why does your brain have to torment you with your worst fears of hurting people and then making it so you don't go back to sleep when you need to sleep? Like, I've been trying to sleep like all week, Gille. I've been trying to sleep all week. It doesn't work because my brain is stupid. It's stupid.
I had to tell Sandy that if she slept next to Bonlock, she could fight his nightmares to make her go to sleep. God. I told Marcel and Bob that so they would know.
I hold her soft.
Psycho.
Were you able to do stuff with your shrine? I know you had told me you were doing stuff with your shrine. How
Did you
that go?
see the squat stand with, and he very slowly raises one finger to point at his horn at the symbol that's hanging there. That on it?
With a 7, I don't think Sammy fully registered it because he was concentrating on getting to where Jiffley had squirreled Gille away. I think he just kind of tiredly hums and is like, maybe I was running.
It's in the living room. That's as far as I got. That
well, it probably looks really nice. I'll have to look at it when we go back to Jiff's house apartment thing. Is it a house or an apartment? What's the difference? You both live in a place.
Apartment is a place that has other people. Upstairs and downstairs.
Oh.
A house is usually much larger.
I don't think my house was a house. And I don't think it was an apartment either, 'cause it was really big. There were a lot of rooms that my parents didn't even use. And they threw
Gil
balls.
wrinkles his eyebrows.
They threw parties and it was so annoying. And
that is a house.
Oh,
my old house is like that.
But everybody else's houses are so small. You're so small, Gil. They can't
Gil blinks.
They can't host parties there. I mean, I don't know if they would want to host the kind of parties that my parents hosted. That was just for networking and doing really... I didn't like what they were doing.
Are parties not for networking? I'm confused.
I don't know. I don't know, Gil. I looked at some of the stuff on TV says that that's not normal. And Barkson looked at me weird when I tried to ask, and I just dropped it. I'm tired. And Sammy's just slowly starting to melt onto you, Gil. More and more weight's being put on you.
I'm gonna roll a strength check. Yes, only 2. Okay. Which means only 4. You get 4.
I just have this mental image of Sammy's like leaning more and more on Gil, and Gil is just slowly tilting sideways.
And then suddenly Gil flops. And Sammy, now you're on top of him.
Your chainmail's Is it chainmail or your armor?
It's
heavy and
half plate.
half plate. It's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Thunk,
Yeah.
thunk. Are you okay? That was a thump. We flumped onto
Yeah.
bed.
I'm tired. How about you roll off so I can take this thing off?
Okay. He does very sleepily. He hasn't
Gille's
even registered that he fell on top of Gille.
Gille's just going to sit back up again and pull off the dark orange jacket, and then just kind of fold it and shove it into his pocket, and it goes into his hammer's face.
Sammy's kind of just curled up on his side, but like he just kind of opens up his arms and is just like, "Come here." He wants his Gille back.
Gille's going to look at him and say, "Isn't Jeffrey still outside
We
the room?"
can nap. It's gonna be okay. We can wake up before he gets back. It'll be fine.
Did he go somewhere?
He went to go pick up my clothes because I came in PJs. So he'll be back. We have time for a little nap. Just a little nap. It'll be fine. And
You're very tired.
I've been awake for basically what feels like a week, even though I tried to sleep. I kept waking up, so I don't know how much sleep I actually got.
Seven. Okay. Gil's going to lay back down, but instead of going into Sammy's arms, he's going to try to pull Sammy to him.
Sammy kind of squeaks, and was that strength?
Yeah, that was strength 9.
Honestly, at this point, I don't think Sammy would resist. He would just kind of scoot over and plonk his chin into the space where Gil's neck is and shoulder, and just kind of, well, not his chin, he would plonk his forehead there and just kind of curl around Gille.
Mm-hmm.
And he just kind of wraps his arms around you, Gille, and is just kind of holding you there, like not tightly, but just he's holding you, Gille.
This is nice.
It's very nice. You're a good snuggle buddy. I like you a lot, Gille. Yes. I am glad we talked.
I'm gonna keep trying to do that.
Good, because Bergson says that every relationship needs to be built onto communication.
Trickster said that too.
If more than one person says it, it must be true. Or common sense or something. I don't know. I'm tired. It's nap time. And he just kind of reaches up and taps you on the face again, lightly. Let's just go.
Gil just kind of shakes his head and blinks.
It's nap time. Let's just close our eyes and just sleep. We can talk more later if you think of anything else we need to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah.
and Sammy.
And because the pull of sleep is too strong, they both fall asleep.
Yes, they are both deep asleep.
So when Chifley comes back, he'll come back to that.
Yep, just both of them completely passed out on bed.
Gille with protective arms around Sammy.
And Sammy basically curled up around Gille, but it's the most relaxed Chifley's seen Gille all week.
Gille?
Pecking Sammy! I was staring at your username, and it slightly lit up, so my brain was like, ah, yes, Gille, even though I was describing Sammy. Because, like, the faint lilac that's been basically lilac and blue that's been staining Sammy's color even in sleep has faded to a contented cream as he holds Gille, and he doesn't feel like his chest is full of glass anymore.
Gille's turtleneck, as he was laying there, slowly starts to turn dark orange. So by the time Chifley comes back, it's half dark orange and half bright orange.
Chifley sneaks back in sometime later. And he does see the two of them lying there, and the only thing that he can do is sigh in relief. And he leaves the bundle of Sammy's clothes beside the bed. And, Hart, is there a clock in Gille's room?
Yes? It's probably a very spooky looking clock. But, as Chifley places the clothes down, Gille murmurs, Chifley.
He goes stiff. Did I wake you?
I never knew you were a good dancer.
Dot. 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 Lush. Dot. Dot. Oh, goodness. He's stunned. He just sort of stands there, blushing his head off.
Sammy seems so...
I'm gonna roll a quick insight to see whether or not Chifley knows if he's still asleep or not. That is an 8 plus 7.
Gille talks in his sleep, and now Chifley knows.
Oh, heck. Chifley's gonna glance at the clock on the other side of the room and bite his bottom lip. Then he's going to very gently sit down near Gille and Sammy. Got a little bit of time before I need to pick her up. Maybe I could stay a little. And then he just gives the two of them a very gentle pat on the hair and very contentedly sits while they rest.
Chifley is sitting there, one of Gil's hands moves over and kind of just grabs onto Chifley's clothing.
He is so blushing. Neither of you can see it, but he is blushing so bad.
This is nice.
Sammy just kind of quietly sighs in his sleep as he just kind of nestles closer to Gil, and his foot probably accidentally hits Chifley in the head, if I'm being honest. Like, slightly, but like he's moving in his sleep. I'm sorry, Chif.
He doesn't mind. I could get used to this.
And on that note, we're going to end this one.
Yes. Thank you all for
Yay!
joining us for this 2-part whatever this was.
FPS.
It was an FPS. It was a time. It was wonderful.
It was fantastic.
Goodbye, listeners.
Goodbye.
Bye.